Robbie Katter is, of course, in North Queensland. He's the leader of Katter's Australia Party, joining us right now. And, of course, Linda Scott, councillor at the City of Sydney, but also represents local government everywhere. Robbie, firstly, obviously, it's not necessarily a Mount Isa thing, but obviously you know about natural disasters and plenty of things that can happen up and down the coast. How's the Queensland government holding up after our chat we just had last time?
Yeah, look, mate, I must admit I've been on tour in the Gulf for the last 3 days, but it's pretty horrible here in Queensland, and they've got a job ahead of them, and I couldn't make any criticism of what's been done so far, Paul, but I just hope the conversation doesn't turn into one of action on climate change when, there's some very real problems associated with infrastructure and getting these businesses back on track and housing back on track and that sort of thing. And I just hope the whole debate is not hijacked by people sort of making political statements when there's a job to be done for government, and they should be focused on that.
I'll give you the tip. It's already started. Now, Linda, of course, let's talk about your broader role with local council and being the chief advocate for it. We've spoken to plenty of local mayors. They're great representatives, including our mate who's the mayor of Lismore. At times like this, local council, of course, effectively is the government, but also most importantly, they'll be there when the TV cameras go. The premiers, don't turn up anymore. So tell us, what does council need for the next 6 months, not just the next 6 days?
Look, it's a great question because this is really the time when the local leadership comes to the fore and communities so depend on their councils. We know in places like Lismore, hundreds of thousands of tonnes of rubbish alone to be cleared up by the council, and a budget that in no way allows for that. We know in Brisbane, of course, we've seen the extraordinary damage to the infrastructure under Mayor Adrian Trimmer up there. So what we need is for the federal government to spend their allocated funds. They've got their $4 billion emergency fund. We hope each year it is collecting interest, and we know that money needs to be spent. So $200 million a year is what we're advocating for both the major parties. Murray Watt has come out and committed that, but actually we need the government to spend this money that's in the bank now to support these communities.
Can I also ask, because I remember during the fires, there was so much rubbish, council had to get rid of it. There were issues of everything from asbestos to where does it go. We're seeing, be it the Brisbane City Council or what's happening on the north coast of New South Wales, just house full of rubbish. Where does it go?
Yeah, look, councils need to find a place for that. And as you can imagine, not much of it is recyclable. So it's a tough task. And of course, people's giving is so valuable. But at the moment, giving of money is crucial because we know in communities that have suffered bushfires like Bega, the council cleared up the mess from the fires and then also, unfortunately, unwanted donations. So we know we need those great platforms online where people can offer physical things like mattresses and clothes and food, but only deliver it to the place if it's accepted by somebody. We don't want to see communities delivering more things that flood-affected communities can't use at the moment. So please do give money. Communities are so grateful for that, and use those online giving platforms. Don't just deliver things to the towns just yet.
Well, absolutely. And also, Salvos, Red Cross, Vinnies, they've all got them, as well as the different council appeals. But we'll have a proper chat after the show about some of the other things on the shopping list.